Thank you all again for joining us for another Principal Spotlight here at Addison School District 4. I'm here at Stone Elementary School with my very special guest. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, welcome. My name's Cristina Villalobos. I'm the principal here at Stone, so I'm excited to be here today.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
I heard from a little birdie that it was somebody's birthday recently.
Yes, I joined the Over the Hill Club the other day. So.
Oh, stop. Well, congratulations on your birthday. Did you
thank
do anything fun for your day?
I did, yes. So we went out to dinner to Mia Francesca's in the city with my mom, my sister, my niece, and my husband.
Very
So
cool.
It was
That
very
sounds
nice.
like a great time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So now tell us a little bit, just kind of start off with this whole thing. Could you tell us a little bit about your background in education?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started my career here in Addison.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I taught at Indian Trail for 5 years, so I was a 6th grade math teacher.
Nice.
Then I moved into the administrative role, so I was a dean for 2 years. I was an assistant principal for a year and a half.
Gotcha.
And then halfway through the year, I actually got moved here and somewhat shadowed Dr. Losi.
Oh, okay.
She was opening up Ardmore Elementary School the following year, and so they had transitioned us midway through a year. So it was difficult, yet it was exciting. So it was a new experience. So.
Oh, I'm sure that was kind of jarring at first to
Yes.
kind of shift gears, especially because it was junior high school to elementary school.
Yeah.
What was that kind of shift like?
Yeah, so obviously there's a huge difference in elementary students versus junior high students.
Right.
It was a little bit hard not being able to teach. I love to teach math. It's a passion of mine. So it was just an adjustment getting used to, but being at the elementary school, I mean, go into a kindergarten classroom and it's probably, one of the best things that you can experience.
Oh, absolutely.
It was awesome.
So much positivity, right?
Exactly.
So thank you very much.
Yeah.
So you said you started off in Addison.
I
So
did.
what initially brought you here to Addison?
Yeah, a couple of things. I really felt that I belonged throughout my interview process. I think that was something that really kind of drove me to Addison, and then just the community itself. I was aware of Addison when as I grew up. I had some family members that lived in Addison.
Okay.
So I was familiar with the community. I know that the community is very diverse, and that was something that, brought me here, but also just the camaraderie of everybody coming together. I think that's been, something that I've seen obviously through the last 17 years that I've been here.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. Thank you very much for sharing.
Yes.
So now let me ask you, what's some of your, now that you've spent enough time here in Addison,
Yes.
plenty of time here, and what's really cool about your position, I feel like, is that you've kind of been through all the stages of being at the school, right? From teacher to administrator to kind of support staff of the administrators with being a dean and things like that.
Yes.
So that's really cool for parents too, because they'll be able to speak with you about all those different levels with their kids. That's so
Yeah.
important to them, I know. So now, since you've been in Addison now, what are some of your favorite things about this community?
I love that all of our different entities can come together and help out our students. So for example, and this is prior to COVID, and a little bit years before that, we would do community readers. And we would have our fire department, our police department. I would reach out to the library, reach out to different Addison businesses, and just be able to come together and help out our schools and our students for the good of everybody. So it's really neat to see how all of our entities can come together and support one another.
Absolutely, and I know that recently, I believe the mayor, Mayor Veenstra,
Yes.
has students come over to Village Hall and kind of
Yes.
shows them around for the village and things like that. So
Yes.
it sounds like these things are starting to come back now post-COVID.
It is, yeah. Our 2nd graders go there to do a field trip to go visit the mayor, and then
Cool.
also they go and look at our library, and then also the historical museum. So it's really neat to have those relationships that we can reach out to our community members and be able to, again, help support us and maybe something we need for our students. So.
And it gives our kids a lot more of a view of what's out there to do, right? So
overall picture of why we're here, right?
Very cool.
To be citizens.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So now, if you'd like, tell us a little bit about yourself. Anything you'd like to share.
So I went to Bradley University.
Mhm.
Right now I'm going back to get my doctorate.
Oh, awesome.
Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you. At Aurora University, so that's a little bit
Nice.
of an undertaking
Mhm.
that I started last year, so I'm going to be in my second year.
Gotcha.
A fun fact is that I used to be a personal trainer.
Really?
Before I started teaching, I
Oh,
was a
cool.
para for a little bit at a different district, and until I got my teaching position. And then a couple years ago, I, for fun, love to do Latin dancing.
Really?
And yes.
Cool.
So those are just kind of some interesting facts that maybe somebody doesn't know about me.
Excellent. Well, thank you very
Yeah.
much. So then, let's see. Now let's go and talk about Stone School now.
Okay.
So, what is it about Stone that makes this place so special?
You know what? The families are wonderful. So I feel our families are extremely supportive.
Mhm.
When we have an event, I always love coming to them because I'm able to interact with our parents and our students and their siblings. So I think that, you know, our families bring a huge component to our school in a sense of they're always willing to help out.
Mhm.
If our teachers reach out for something, maybe they're doing a fun event within their classroom, they're willing to donate things
Yeah.
and support us. So our family dynamics that we have here at Stone is wonderful.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So then, that's great for, especially for new parents, to know that Stone is definitely a place where parents can get involved and
Absolutely.
be here.
Yes. So I know that our PTA puts on events. We'd love to have all of our new kindergarten parents join us for that.
Very cool.
Because that's something that I know is a huge part, and just trying to get involved within the school as your students starting, you know, in kindergarten is huge. It can be scary.
Of course.
I know that you not knowing anybody, but we're always willing to have additional help.
Awesome. Well, thank you, and I'm sure that's very reassuring for everybody listening. So let me ask you one last question now.
Of course.
So, anything you'd like to share with new families or returning families about fun and exciting things that they can expect for the upcoming school year?
Yeah, so I'm excited because we are looking at doing some new things, but also bringing back some of our old events that we used to have.
Ooh, nice.
One of our big events that we do for our PBIS committee is a roller skating party, and
Oh,
that's probably
nice.
one of the most attended events that we have. So I'm
Mhm.
really looking forward to having that event again, but
That's
also I know our staff has been trying to incorporate a lot of different things within our school day
Mhm.
to help with students in their social emotional learning.
Right.
And having just different events that are going to be coming up. Assemblies, we have Jessie White tumblers coming.
Oh,
They're
nice.
coming September 8th, so that'll be exciting
Oh,
for our
fun,
students.
yeah.
So just kind of getting back into the routine of our normal, but also being able to have assemblies, and that's exciting. So
Very nice. Well, thank you so much for
thank
taking
you.
the time to meet with
That
us
was
today.
so awesome.
And if you have any questions for us, where can we reach out to?
Yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out here at Stone School or my email. Make sure you put CF and then Villalobos
Yes.
at ASD4.org. We're happy to help.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much again.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for more.